Hello, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. It's always a great time to learn the gospel as enlightened by Spiritism. Today we're going to be discussing chapter 51 of the book Our Daily Bread, and which is entitled Save Yourself. And it's based in Matthew chapter 9, verse 35. Before we begin, I'd like to take the opportunity to thank Kardec Radio for the opportunity for us to have conversations just like this one here. Kardec Radio is available in several social media platforms, including the X platform, which was formerly known as Twitter. Before we begin, let's close our eyes in prayer and connect with our spiritual benefactors, our spiritual guide, and other spiritual friends who are always cheering for us, always rooting for us, always there to support us. And of course, let's connect with Jesus and God. Let's be thankful for all the great things that life offers to us, even those that at this time might seem to us as, as tribulations, but in the end serve to teach us new lessons and make us stronger. May God's love be with us. So be it. So this is a very interesting chapter of the book Our Daily Bread. And it's chapter 51, it's called Save Yourself. And here in Matthew chapter 9, verse 51, what we see here, Matthew chapter 9, 35, actually it reads like this: preaching the good news of the kingdom and healing every disease and sickness. So Matthew here is referring to Jesus. So he's indicating that Jesus is teaching the good news. So he's teaching the good news of the kingdom. So he's teaching the gospel. So he is transmitting a word of enlightenment. He's helping other individuals, providing some insights for them. But also, he's also healing every disease and sickness. So he was doing both things, doing a combination, the teaching and the material assistance as well. In this case, the healing. Emmanuel has a very good explanation about this because Emmanuel indicates that, first of all, you have to seek a cure, and paraphrasing Emmanuel here, you have to seek a cure for your cataracts and your conjunctivitis. However, correct the spiritual vision of your eyes. So yeah, you should take care of your vision. So if your vision is blurry, or if you have a pink eye, quote unquote, and whatever other visual impediment, you gotta take care of it. But also, and that's good, that's fair game. But you should not forget also that you need to correct your spiritual vision, how you see the world as well. So just because I have 20/20 vision, but if I see evil everywhere I go, then what good is it gonna be for me? So try to correct the spiritual vision as well, and try to see the good in other people, the good in different circumstances. Do not have a vision of malice. On the contrary, have a vision of growth and enlightenment. Emmanuel continues here along the same lines, indicating that protect yourself against deafness. Meanwhile, correct your way of registering the voices and various requests directed to you. Very important. Of course, it's fine. Um, of course we have vision, and also we have our hearing, and we have to be cognizant that we need our hearing. We need to have the best hearing we can, so that here on earth we can manifest ourselves as reincarnated spirits, and to work for good and work for our development. However, also I have to correct my way of registering voices and various requests. So again, what is it that I'm tuning in? What kinds of voices, what kinds of advices am I listening to? It is up to me to select that, select what's being directed to me. And again, the same, talking about vision as well. So the same thing happens with vision, happens also with our hearing. try to hear, try to tune into the good things and do not pay attention to gospel. Do not pay attention for those that want to incite us to do bad. On the contrary, try to listen to good music, try to listen to good advice, try to listen to your friends, to your family. Use your hearing for a good purpose as well, besides of course taking care of the health of your ears. Counteract the neurasthenia and the exhaustion. However, continually readjust your emotions and tendencies. So again, same deal. So so take care of your mental health. One thing, right? So he's talking about neurasthenia. So take care of your mental health and exhaustion. So take care of your body as well. Do not allow yourself to be mentally fatigued. However, continually adjust how your emotions and your tendencies. So of course, I need to police myself to the kinds of emotions that I'm going to be harboring. Of course, I'm a human being, and all of us are human beings, so we got to be watchful. Of course, we tend to react to the different circumstances. It's a normal thing for us, being human beings at the evolutionary state that we're in. So, but again, at what point am I going to react? At what point, until what point am I going to, facing a tough circumstance, am I going to despair? Am I going to turn violent? For instance, right? And at what point I'm going to raise my voice towards others? So again, I not always can control what happens to me or how people interact with me, but I'm always in control as how I deal with the world as I deal with others. And again, adjust your tendencies. See how police yourself and try to nourish the good habits that you have, and try to curtail those moral vices that are still with you. Take medication for your arrhythmia and poor breathing, but also do not yield your heart to move you impulsively. So along the same lines as well. So again, take care of my heart, take care of my respiratory system. But besides that kind of physical health, also take care, see how impulsive my reactions are going to be. Again, I might not always have control of how what happens around me, and how people and circumstances, um, how they act around me. But I can always curtail a bad reaction, or also I can always police what I say. Emmanuel continues here. Pursue the gastric disorder, but educate your appetite at the dinner table. Again, be cognizant of your eating habits here on earth. And again, it has all to do with your physical health, but also educate your appetite and at the dinner table. So your appetite, as far as again, what is it that you're consuming as well, and also how are you reacting with the dinner table? You're at the dinner table. You are with your family, with your loved ones, and a lot of times with your coworkers, your friends. So how what kind of appetite you're gonna have? Meaning not so much on the food you're gonna eat, but what is it that you're gonna be seeking under those circumstances? How is it that you're gonna be reacting? What are gonna be your objective as you're interacting with other people? Are you gonna be again? Are you gonna be paying attention to gossip, or are you going to be having constructed conversations at dinner table again with family and friends? Improve your blood condition, of course, very important. However, do not overcharge it with residues of inferior pleasures. Again, take care of my cardiovascular system, but also do not fulfill them with the residuals of inferior pleasures. No, no. So again, watch what I eat. Um, avoid any kind of alcoholic beverage. Also, if you're taking medication, what kind of medication are you taking? I Be very cognizant of the kind of medication that you're taking. Do you really need all different types of medication that you're taking as well. So be cognizant of what gets into your body and into your bloodstream, but also your inferior pleasures as well. That also has to do with the material, with your spiritual conditions. What is your spiritual condition? So what is it that you're attracting to yourself? What is it that you're impregnating your spirit with? So what kind of energy are you attracting to your body? So also stay away from those inferior pleasures, because again, they're detrimental not only to your body, but also they impact adversely your spiritual health as well. Combat hepatitis. However, free your liver from the excesses that please you. So again, take care of your liver. Again, watch out for hepatitis, but also look for any kind of excesses, and staying away from alcohol, and also the kinds of foods that impact you as well. So, and again, the sensations, the all goes back to the attitudes, taking care of your body, but at the same time, cultivating good habits, good moral habits as well. So that's what the passage from Matthew, that's what brought to us, and that's what Emmanuel keeps reminding us here. Remove the dangers of uremia, but do not suffocate your kidneys with the poisons in shiny glasses. Again, another reminder for us to avoid alcohol and all kinds of not only alcohol, but all kinds of other drinks that are not healthy. But again, spiritual habits as well. Spiritual habits that are going to be impacting our spiritual health and emotional health, and also mental health. So again, nurturing those good habits. Dislodge the rheumatism from your limbs, but also pay attention what to do with your feet, arms, and hands. So this is a bit different, because now he's reminding us to take care of our physical body and the health of our limbs, but also now is what is it that I'm acting, what is it I'm doing with my legs, my arms, and my hands. So what actions I'm taking. So it's not so much here about something that I'm consuming or that I'm seeing or that I'm hearing or listening to, but also how am I going to interacting with the world? How am I using my hands? Am I using my hands for constructive purposes? Am I using my feet to take me from point A to point Z? And again, what kind of purposes am I going to put these limbs of mine into action for? Cure the disconcerting thoughts that threaten you. However, learn to guard the mind in superior idealism and in noble acts. Same deal. This one is a lot more direct. Um, so the same, it's more like a two-way street. So I watch out for any kind of negative thoughts that I might create, because again, those negative thoughts, they impact not only my mind, but impact my whole body as well. Having this whole negativity bring it to myself, it threatens my health, not only my mental health, my emotional health, and also my physical health. But then on the other hand, guard your mind of superior learn to guard the mind in superior idealism in noble acts. So again, it is not just sufficient for me to try to block those negative thoughts, but take charge and try to think of superior ideals, having thoughts about noble acts, about those acts that are above just the mundane, those acts that impact others, and again, support others and help others grow, and in the process, help us grow as well. And Emmanuel finalizes here, indicating that we should consecrate, he's saying, consecrate yourself to your own personal cure, but do not forget the recommendations of the divine kingdom directed to your physical organs. So again, you got to take care of yourself, but just like the message from Matthew indicating, Jesus was not just concerned about the body, but concerned about the spiritual and the moral side as well. Emmanuel continues. They are alive and can be educated. So I like this because, again, your physical organs, they're alive here on Earth, but it's up to you what kind of attitude you're going to have. How are you going to use those organs? And again, they can be educated. So, like the example about my eyes and ears, it's up to me to determine what is it that they can see and listen to, and not only that, also how they process those. Right, two people may be watching the same scene, and one has a very malicious way of analyzing it. On the other hand, another individual who might be right next to the first one might be having a very positive, very spiritual, very optimistic, very elevated um, version um, or insight or analysis of the same scenario. And Emmanuel finalizes here, indicating to us that without purifying the thoughts and without having your will commanding the ship of your organism toward righteousness, the use of all human remedies will be in vain. So again, I can try to stay healthy by using human remedies and taking human action. But what about my thoughts? Because my thoughts, they're the ones that command my body. So how am I going to, and I'm going to use an analogy here between a body and a ship. So how is it that you're veering the ship? How is it that you're directing your actions? So it's important that to be towards righteousness, because from a spiritual standpoint, our body is mortal, but our spirit is not. So once we pass away, once the body dies, all that is left is our spiritual selves, and that is the one that moves on. But how I use my body, how I treated my organs, what kinds of attitudes and actions I had here on earth, they're gonna impact my spiritual well-being. So again, I might spend a lifetime concerned about my physical well being, but regardless of what I do, that body will perish. My spirit is immortal. And how it's going to be impacted, how is it going to move on, is going to depend not necessarily on how well I took care of my body, but especially on how well and in what constructive manner I used my body, my limbs, my eyes, my ears, and all other organs that are available here in the physical realm for me. And I should say, not just for me, for all of us. So that's our conversation for today. I hope you've enjoyed it. As always, feel free to click the little like button and the subscribe button or the follow button, and follow Kardec Radio. And again, Kardec Radio is in several different platforms, and Kardec Radio has even their own app. And when you download and you connect to the Kardec Radio app, you have access to conversations just like this one here, but they are in a podcast format. So make sure you check it out in your favorite app store. So at this time, let's close our eyes in prayer and thank the Lord for all the great things that we have received, for the blessing of our body here on earth as reincarnated spirits, because our bodies allow us to do so much more. And even when we are disincarnated as well, we got to be thankful for the blessing of reincarnation, because it allows us to come back and continue learning, progressing. Those opportunities that are going to be given to us, and it is up to us to make the best use of them. May God's love be with all of us, always inspiring us in our decisions and giving us strength to do the right thing. So be it.